Heaven's California.
Hey guys, today I'm going to react into a Wansee entertainment video. It is called My Real Story About Murder Outside of Balcony. So, a murder outside of your balcony, that's pretty cool, I guess. Not really. I'm joking, obviously. It's about 3 minutes and 19 seconds. Let's get right into it. But there should be something, alright?
This incident exactly took place on April 20th, 2019 in Irvine, California.
Oh shit, so just months ago.
I remember that it was around 11:30 at night. I was watching YouTube on my computer when suddenly I heard yelling from outside of my room. I immediately opened my door to see my mom running toward my room. The first thing she said was for me to call the police, in which I did. My mom heard a large sound and went to investigate, looking through the sliding glass door.
Of course she went to investigate.
And when she opened a curtain, what she saw was a figure on the other side of the glass looking back at her. It was a guy. He didn't
like
move
bleeding
at all, but still stared at us, which was so creepy and weird.
How was he even there?
And his body was covered with a dark, deep liquid.
So how'd you even get there if that's a balcony? Like, would you climb the whole
I
thing?
then gave my phone to my mom, and she said to the dispatcher with fear that there was a man who climbed onto our second-story balcony.
Wow.
I was a bit tense, not knowing what to do in a situation
Well, yeah, like what
this,
the hell?
considering I was in a room. Just moments later, my mom calmly called and told my dad, who was not at home, that there was a man that climbed onto our balcony around 11:30 p.m.
Yeah, what?
When my dad was questioning my mom about the situation, I went back to my room to look out my window. After I did that, I heard a distant gunshot, and that guy already disappeared. Fast forward a couple minutes later, the police show up at our house asking questions about what just happened. And my mom told the police that there was a man and that he looked like he was in his mid-20s. She then told that the man climbed onto our second-story balcony, and when she first saw the man, she instantly went to the sliding door and held it in place before anything bad could happen. When the man was just about to run away, my mom told the cops that she saw a bright flash. My first thought that it might be a handgun for suppress.
Well, yeah, if it's a shot.
After Mom turned on the lights from my balcony,
oh shit!
I saw there were multiple footsteps and handprints on the pillar and railing. A day later, a group of police detectives came to my house to investigate more into the case.
Wow.
They noticed a bullet hole on the ceiling of our balcony.
Oh.
And they told me and my parents that the hole was made by a handgun. The police then sent out a firefighter to come and cut the bullet out of the wood. A couple days later, we found out that the guy, who was actually in his mid-40s, was arrested, and that this wasn't the first time he had done something like this. On the 21st, he tried to break into another house in Irvine at 5 in the morning. And a couple hours later, I was shopping with my dad when my mom calls him to the sickening news that the suspect viciously murdered 2 people in Newport Beach just hours before the guy tried to break into our house.
That's terrifying.
My heart just pumped at that time, and I thanked my mom so much for saving our life.
Yeah.
If she wasn't there during the time, I could have possibly been killed that night.
It's very possible. Yeah, that I will agree with. That's really scary. It's really creepy. Like, I never really liked apartments. I would always kind of think that I'd be like, I don't want to see anybody out there, especially if you're like really high up. I don't like heights that much, so like, even though this isn't that high, I'm still kind of like, it's pretty high, but not that high, obviously. But yeah, my camera's gonna run out of space in 1 minute, so I'm gonna have to stop recording in a second. But yeah, basically that was scary. The mom, at least, she saw it right away, and then they called the police right away. Emily saw that 2 people had to die over it. Not just from that incident, but that, yeah, I'm glad he was caught. I did not think he was mid-20s. I thought he was 30s at least, but yeah, mid-40s. Wow, that's crazy. Like, do you have nothing better to do at 5 in the morning than try to rob places, or at 11:30 than try to climb places? And like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't understand what you're doing. Like, what are you? Whatever. I'm glad he got caught and he was arrested, and hopefully he stays in jail for a while and gets some help if he needs it. I don't know if he's like mentally or whatever. And my camera's about to die, or not die, but so it's about to. I'm surprised it's even still recording. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace the hell out.